Hey gang, I'm just sitting here and thinking, and I was reading my Facebook feed, and I was like reading a lot of people's postings and everything about finding their faith this year, and I'm in the same boat pretty much. Not that I've lost it, but um, pretty much I feel that I have needed a reconnection. And I know a lot of people also wonder what my spiritual beliefs are, and they are very varied. I consider myself more of a spiritualist because I take what resonates with me in the moment and have that be my home. Because I was raised, a Christian pagan, I've always looked at the positive aspects of every religion. I've also researched a lot of religions, still am actually. I love learning. I love, learning about new things and everything. And one thing that really pops up and kind of makes people scratch their heads about my spirituality is the concept of God. They wonder, okay, you're the Goodwitch, so you believe in God? And I'm like, yes, of course I do. He is a positive force, or she is a positive force. I really don't think of God so much as a male or female. I think of it as energy. And of course, I believe in that. I mean, we're all energy. We're all, energy pulsing forces that are manifesting a certain intent and a purpose. So, of course, I believe in God. And a lot of people get really confused about that. And I think that's where society needs to kind of not get a clue, but kind of be a little bit more open minded of uh, labels and what things look like and are supposed to look like. If you've known me for a long time, especially in my college years, I did a gallery show about this actually. It was all about taking religious icons that I resonated with at the time, and I honestly, when I think about it, I still do, and pretty much putting them on a flip of imagery of what they would look like. For example, I pretty much my point of this. Well, let me tell you about the point of the um, display is pretty much no matter how you paint it, still has the same energy, still has the same purpose, still has the same meaning. So it still has its magical or spiritual connection. And for example, what I did, I took the Virgin Mary and I painted her completely white because we visualize purity and light and blessings with that color. And then I took a red bindi and put it on her forehead, her third eye area right up here. And boy, did that really like get a lot of notice and reactions. And I'm like, my goodness, all I did was put a bindi, a symbol of power and honor, on a very honored individual. And a lot of people had uncomfortable feelings or feelings about it. And I'm like, would be the same as putting a, you know, dot of black ash on your forehead for Ash Wednesday. It would be the same thing, the same power source of anointing your forehead. It would be the same, energetic feeling of, having your forehead tattooed with a crescent, to be a goddess, a high priestess. And I'm like, but it just proved my point. I'm like, she's still the Virgin Mary. It's just that now her energy source right here was anointed. And I also did the same concept with, at the time, and like I said, still used a um, pan as my god form in this installation. And I painted him all black, and I put a um, something on his forehead. And it was like, oh my Lord. It's like, because, a lot of people, when they see Pan, they think of the devil and everything. And it's like, doesn't, and a lot of people, when they see the satyr, and the fauna, they're like, evil. And I'm like, he is a playful, energy, nature spirit. And I'm like, he is to bring joy and love and abundance and fertility. And you're upset because I painted him black. Mm. And but those were only two of the icons that I used. I also used the Virgin Mary a lot because, as some of you really know, I really connect with the Virgin Mary because I grew up with her as an icon in my home. And it's just something that it has resonated with me as my mother goddess form, and I don't know if that'll ever change. And I used her, I used Jesus, I used fairies, I used a lot of inspiration from Brian Fraud, his fairies and everything, because I was very much into learning about fairy magic a lot more at the time. I kind of fell off of that study, but I'm starting to kind of get back into it, because it's just a natural form of magic that really, really resonated with me, because it is a lot of nature-based energy work and a lot of rituals and elements of nature. And it's just something that I want to get back into, absolutely. But the reason why I'm bringing all this up is that it doesn't matter so much of what you call it, as long as it makes sense to you. And as long as it brings you joy and it brings you happiness and it gives you understanding of the world, as crazy and as wonderful as it can be. Don't get caught up in the labels. Get caught up in the joy and magic and happiness that it brings you and it can bring to others. I'm not here to preach, okay? I know it sounds a little preachy, but it is, it's more of a reminder is what I'd like you to take out of this, is a reminder that, keep it simple. Make it magical. Make it spiritual. Find your connection. Don't push it on others. If others want to learn, others want to, embrace what you know, or find out about what you know, absolutely share it. Absolutely. Don't push your religion onto others. If you have read the Bible, if you've studied the Bible at all, Jesus on his walking and his spiritual path, he never pushed it on anyone. He welcomed them. He welcomed them in. And if they wanted to know, he shared openly. And I love that. And I got that out of my Bible studies and my Bible stories. He didn't care what walk of life you were. If he saw he could help you, he helped you. It was that simple. And that's why I say, keep it simple. Also, the God and Goddess forms that are there, again, they're always there. All you have to do is look out the door. Nature's around us, even though society has really, built things up, there's still nature. Go out and find it. Find a tree. Make friends with a tree. I did here in our small community. I haven't been to it in a very, 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 very long time because, my health and everything. But you know what? My goal this year is to be a healthier version of myself. Getting to that tree, getting to my sacred natural spaces. That's a goal of mine because I need to touch and connect with my spirit and my guides and my angels and my sacred elements of nature. Not that they're not with me always, because I know they are, but still, there are just some places you just feel it stronger. And I know there's people out there watching this right now that totally get that. So, again, kind of went off on a little bit of a little spiritual, chat there. And yeah, I am keeping the imagery of this warm, glowing, ambient color. I'm not going to change it because I think it just gives a even more of a wonderful point to my video because it gives me an element of warm and fuzzy. I kind of like the effect of it with this chat. And yeah, so keep it simple, keep it meaningful, and just find what works for you. And if you don't know what works for you, I highly recommend pick up, a spiritual, book about various world religion book and find out about world religions and start from there. Because I know one of the things I love, and I was kind of bummed that I didn't get to study it in college, but I'm still studying it in real life. But I wanted to have a more structured study of it. Is world religion, because I think, if we can understand other people's religions, we can understand people a little bit better. Because faith, belief, and a strong knowing of where a lot of people feel their heart is, it's easier to find where you can find your own heart and understand them. You don't have to be the same way, but you can be understanding. And I just think that whole learning process of that is just mwah. So if you're not sure where you want to be, check out world religions. Go on a little spiritual learning in 2024 and see if you can find an answer. Or just enjoy life and it'll find you. So on that note, go out today, step outside your door, take a deep breath, and enjoy life because it loves you and I love you and I'm the Goodwitch. So have a good day. Bye. See you next time.